So before we play our last two pieces, I'd like to say a big thank you for your support, the parents. We couldn't achieve this without you dragging them out of bed for a 7 o'clock start every week. I know they don't do it by themselves, so thank you. Who drags you out of bed? That's what I want to know. The benefits of learning a musical instrument, they're significant. It can help with children's creativity, memory, intelligence, behaviour and self-esteem. It's well documented that music complements the learning of other subjects, and playing in a band presents a fun way to achieve this, alongside obviously the weekly lessons and regular practice at home. So thank you again for your support with all of that. I'd also like to thank the members of the staff who play in the band. It didn't really take much persuasion for them to dust off their instruments. Some of these guys hadn't played since school themselves, and so it's created a really community spirit within the band. So very grateful for the staff. So please thank Mr. and Mrs. Moonsinger on cornet and trombone, Mrs. Corey on bassoon, Mrs. McCoogan on clarinet, and Mrs. Lane on clarinet. Thank you all so much. So the first of our final two pieces takes us to the world of Latin America. It's Tito Puente's Oye Como Va. This will be followed by our final piece, which requires no introduction whatsoever. So it's the final two pieces of our concert. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank
the concert band is, if Mr. Law is preparing for a few words here, or are we closing the curtains? Ah, Mr. Law.
Mr. Lane, you're welcome to take over the mic. In fact, you're welcome to take over the school if you like. What a wonderful evening, and what a wonderful way to bring term to an end. I just think it's so special at the end of a very, very busy term to enjoy a few moments together in community, and I can't think of a better way of demonstration of teamwork than to see musicians come together. We often think of teamwork in terms of sport, and every one of the children that took part tonight, of course, get involved in sport on a daily basis and actively so in teams. But there's no better way to demonstrate teamwork, I think, than in the workings of one of these incredible wind bands. And just wonderful to see the sensitivity and the listening that it requires to bring individual instruments together in such a sensitive way. So just a huge thank you to all of them, and also to you parents, not only for the support you give them as individual musicians, but particularly when it comes together. And it was great to see the juniors kick us off in such a lovely way. And I love that junior band, because what they might lack in polish at this very, very early stage of their musical careers, they certainly make up for in passion. And it also sounds as if punctuality is a very big part of their lives. So well done, and a massive big round again. Wouldn't you join me in thanking the junior wind band? What a great job you did. The senior wind band, in fact, we had a little bit of a foresight of how great they were going to be tonight, because they played for us in the prep school assembly the other day and did a brilliant job, and so I knew that we were in for a treat, and so it proved. So thank you also to the senior wind band. You really are coming on extremely well. Fantastic. And then delighted, of course, that in the mix of a really brilliant repertoire that's developing, that the concert band, the concert wind band, also pulled out a few numbers from my era when I was at school, from the 70s and the 80s. So there we go, just a little bit of revelation of some music from the 70s and 80s, which makes my heart glad that I was involved in music in those days, actually playing those pieces, believe it or not, even back then, in the 70s and 80s, and it's great to see them still alive and well. So it's great to see that, and tonight, of course, you really have excelled yourselves, concert band. Amazing, just amazing to see how strongly you're coming forward, and you really do represent Cranleigh at the pinnacle of the community. Thank you. That teamwork thing is often, Frank Sinatra talks a little bit about, I did it my way, doesn't he? And Old Blue Eyes is all about my way. But there are two people in particular that I would like to thank, and Sinatra was a great celebrity, of course. We've got our own celebrities here tonight. And so the gentleman who did a brilliant job looking after the first two bands, the junior and the senior wind band, who we like to call Prince William, aka Mr. David Gibson. Let's give him a huge hand. Thank you very much, David. Well done. And our other celebrity, of course, is Old Red Eyes, apparently. So, Old Red Eyes, thank you very much indeed, Mr. Adrian Lane. I think they want me off stage now. They're gonna see us out, and what a great way to go into the spring break and the holidays to come. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful break. You all deserve it.